Good morning, dear student. I am Rupak Shah from the Millennium School, Lucknow. Today I will be taking your lecture number 3 for the chapter Force and Laws on Motion. Before we start the today's content, there is a small recap for the content that you studied in the last lecture. That was Newton's second law of motion. That was, according to the Newton's second law of motion, the applied force is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. And you have seen that the applied force directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum, which gave the formula F is equal to ma, and whole derivation that we explained in the last lecture. And from that law you got a new formula for the force, that is F is equal to ma. So dear student, now you get a generalized formula for the force, and that formula that you will be using for the force will be F is equal to ma. So today we will be continuing that particular law and see what is the meaning of that formula. You have seen that formula that we obtained is F is equal to ma. F is the force, and here m means mass and acceleration. It means your force is depending upon two factors. One factor is mass and another factor is acceleration. And both factors are directly proportional. It means that if the body having a more mass and acceleration, it will exert more force. Try to understand that if any body has more mass and acceleration, that will imply or that will exert more force on the body, and vice versa. Vice versa means if anybody has less mass and less acceleration, the force implied or a force applied will be less. So whatever the force exerted by the body actually depends upon two factors. One factor is mass and acceleration. From this formula we can get the SI unit of force also. You see, mass is measured in kg and acceleration is measured in meter per second square. So what is the SI unit of force? The SI unit of force will be kg, that is for mass, and meter per second square, that is for acceleration. So you can write in both the ways, kg meter second minus 2 also. So force is a vector quantity, that is a vector quantity. Vector quantity, why? Because it has a magnitude also and it has a direction also, fixed direction also. There is a small definition generally asked in this particular law, that is, how will you get the definition of 1 Newton? That is, how will you define 1 Newton? To define 1 Newton, F is equal to ma. So if you put value of force 1 Newton, you have to take the mass 1 kg and you have to take the acceleration 1 meter per second square. It means 1 Newton of the force is the force exerted when the body will have a mass of 1 kg and acceleration produced will be 1 meter per second square. In other words, we can define like this: 1 Newton is the force exerted on 1 kg body which produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. And dear student, please follow this definition. Is very common and frequently asked in the examinations. So all this definition should be clear to you. SI unit of the force, and what is the physical quantity? Force, it is a vector quantity. So I hope this content is clear with everybody. So now we will be proceeding in some more numerical concept based on chapter motion, which I told that was some part was pending in the chapter. So we are taking in addition to this particular topic. So please follow them very clearly. There are two cases: when the body is falling down and when the body goes up. Conditions: first, if a body is falling down, it means we are going to apply the equation of motion when body is going down. Try to understand them very clearly. Observe the video for 2 or 3 times. What are the condition I am taking and try to learn them. If anybody is falling down, please understand that its initial velocity from where it is being fallen down or from where it is put down, that will be always taken as 0. But when it hits the ground, its final velocity is never counted at 0. It is a velocity just before touching the ground, so it is never 0. So please understand कि if कोई किसी बॉडी को हम नीचे गिराते हैं या नीचे गिरता है, फॉल डाउन करता है, तो उसकी इनिशियल वेलोसिटी तो हम 0 लेंगे, u0 लेंगे, पर v0 कभी नहीं लेंगे. Acceleration will be also known as acceleration due to gravity because that is falling under the gravitational force. So you can use small g also, and it will be taken as positive because body is falling with gravity. This case should be clear again. Now this is the second case when body is thrown up or goes up. किसी बॉडी को ऊपर की तरफ फेंका गया है, और यदि हम किसी बॉडी को ऊपर की तरफ फेंकते हैं तो फिर 2 कंडीशंस लगती हैं कि इनिशियल वेलोसिटी 0 तो नहीं होगा, but final velocity 0 होगा. It means u can never be 0. It can be any value from which the body can be thrown, and final velocity is 0 because body has to come back again down. So this particular velocity which is counted at the top will be always taken as 0. A or g again will be negative because it is against the gravity. So please follow these 2 rules very clearly because we are going to apply them in the question. अप्लाइंग द इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन. पहले केस में बॉडी नीचे गिर रहा है और सेकंड केस में बॉडी ऊपर जा रहा है. दोनों के लिए अलग अलग कंडीशंस हैं. आप इन कंडीशंस को लर्न करिए और जिस तरह के क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं आप उसका जवाब देने की कोशिश करिए. अब हम एक एग्जाम्पल आपको दे रहे हैं, पर उससे पहले वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग दिस 3 इक्वेशंस अगेन. v is equal to u plus at. You know, second equation of one, s is equal to ut plus half at square. And third is v square minus u square is equal to 2s. v will remain same, u also same. a की जगह आप g ले सकते हैं. So the equation can be taken as v is equal to u plus gt also. Here s can be replaced with the height because it is a vertical height now. So you can use this formula also. You can use this formula also. h is equal to ut plus half. a की जगह आप g ले सकते हैं, तो you can write gt square also. Third, v square minus u square to tas. v square minus u square एज इट इज रहेगा, पर जहां a है वहां हम g लिख सकते हैं और जहां s है वहां हम h लिख सकते हैं. s यहाँ पे वर्टिकल हाइट हो सकता है और a यहाँ पे g हो सकता है. सो एनी ऑफ द इक्वेशन यू कैन यूज. Preferably this can be used more better because you know what is a is g, and what is your s is the height. So no matters what formula you use it properly. So we are taking the question number first. A stone is thrown in vertical upward direction with the velocity of 5 meter per second. If acceleration of the stone during its motion is 10 meter per second square, what is the height attained by the stone and how much time will it take to reach there? Always whenever you start the numerical, it is preferred that you write the conditions first. What are given and what are not given. Now from the question, body is thrown up. It is a case number 2. बॉडी को हमने ऊपर फेंका है. हमने बोला था u0 नहीं होगा, तो यहाँ u न्यूमेरिकल में क्या दिया हुआ है 5. क्वेश्चन को रीड करिएगा अच्छी तरह. u 5 दिया हुआ है. v यहाँ दिया नहीं है, पर आपको क्या लेना है 0 because the second case v is to be always 0. a is given 10, but since it is going up, I always told you that it is to be taken negative. So u is 5, v is 0, a is minus 10. Now we are ready to apply the equation of motion and get the value for h or s or t. हमें यहाँ height निकालना है या s निकालना है और time निकालना है, t निकालना है. So applying the third equation, you can write 2as all, you can write 2gh also. v square minus u square. Putting the value 2, g और a की जगह हमने क्या रख दिया -10. h हमें निकालना है जो s नॉर्मल इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन में रहता है. यहाँ चूंकि हमें हाइट निकालना है, यू कैन राइट s इज इक्वल टू h. v 0 लेना है, u ऑलरेडी गिवन है 5 स्क्वायर. सो इफ यू सॉल्व इट, minus 20h is equal to minus 25. Solve it. H is equal to minus 25 by minus 20. So 25 by 20, it becomes 1.25. Please follow the steps 2 or 3 times. I hope you will understand in which way I have done the question. To find the value of t, you can apply the equation number first. V is equal to u plus gt. You can interchange the equations like this also. U plus gt is equal to v. So u is 5, g is minus 10, t is equal to 0. Solving it, it is a variable term. It is a number, so it will go that side. Minus 10 is equal to minus 5, t is equal to minus 5 by minus 10. So it is 0.5 seconds. I hope this step is also clear. I told you many times, a suggestion I have given you that please follow the video for 2 or 3 times at least, so that the steps can be clear. And always when you do the numerical, you keep a pen and pencil with you, and after watching the video you can solve it and see what method we are doing. So we are again taking one more question for average speed. The formula for average speed is total distance upon total time. Now I am reading one question. Try to find Abdul, while driving school, computes average speed for his trip 20 km per hour. On his return trip along the same route, has average speed of 30 km per hour. What is the average speed for whole trip or journey? Now what I have done, I have just given a diagrammatical representation so that you can understand the question well. अब्दुल यहाँ से यहाँ जाता है, उसकी इस समय स्पीड कितनी है 20. यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक जाने में उसकी स्पीड 20 है. अब यहाँ से जब वो वापस अपने यहाँ जाता है तो उसकी स्पीड कितनी हो जाती है 30. अब इस क्वेश्चन में हमें डिस्टेंस नहीं दिया गया है, सो हमने उस डिस्टेंस को क्या मान लिया है, x मान लिया. लेट द डिस्टेंस बी x. और हमें ये निकालना है कि अब्दुल जब यहाँ जाता है और यहाँ से यहाँ आता है, उसके ओवरऑल ट्रिप में या ओवरऑल जर्नी में एवरेज स्पीड कितना होगा. सो व्हाट वी हैव डन, लेट द डिस्टेंस बी x. So in the first case, applying the formula v is equal to s upon t, v which is given 20, s I have taken x, t, t1, first case है t1 डाल दीजिए. So cross multiplying, t1 is equal to x upon 20. Similarly for the second trip or second part, when you are coming back, case number 2, it is the case number 2. So when it is the case number 2, v is equal to s upon t. V here 30, second case में 30 है. Distance are the same, so you can take x. Time is t2, cross multiplying again. t2 is equal to x upon 30. So it is the average speed that we want to find. You write v bar, that is average speed. Total distance upon total time. So if the Abdul goes here x and come back here again x. So what is the total distance? The total distance will be x plus x 2x. Time will be t1 plus t2. So what we have done, we added the total time, what we need supposed to find, t1 plus t2, x by 20 plus x by 30. What is the LCM? 60. 3x plus 2x, 5x by 60. So now you have to substitute this value in total time. Total distance already have 2x. Total time, what you have found out now, x by 20 plus x by 20, solving that, 5x by 60, 60 goes up, x get cancelled. So 5 cancelling the 60, 12. So what is answer? 24 km per hour. It means the average speed for Abdul for overall journey coming, going here and then coming back will be 24 km per hour. Now dear student, please understand these steps very clearly, because no other steps, no other method will be applicable here apart from these methods, because these are the actual methods for calculating the average speed. So try to follow them, try to practice them, and I told you many times that if you have any query, you are free to contact us anytime and give a WhatsApp message that said these are the steps, these are the things we could not follow. But again I am telling you that whenever you do any numerical, do it at least 2 or 3 times, practice yourself. I hope all these videos are very clear and the steps are given very clear to you. I hope the questions we have done today are very clear to you. Practice them and try to learn them. Okay, anyway, thank you so much. Stay safe.